Alrighty. Wait for some people to come on. I'll give it about minutes. And if nobody comes on, then I'll just start and people can rewatch. And I do realize that I'm talking to myself right now at the same time. I'm just shooting out a message for anybody who rewatches this. Insight. If it will lights. There we go. And insight going. Oh, we got somebody on. And now we don't. Alright, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, nobody on. I'm probably going to this too early. But I'm just going to go ahead and start unboxing this because I don't feel like recording and then waiting for a video to upload. Okay, so since I'm going to be unboxing a new tarot deck, and I've kind of had a long day at work, I am just going to sit here for a second. Let me turn the light. Okay. And I apologize, the lighting in my house sucks. We have no ceiling lights in any of the rooms. Okay. So I'm just going to take a second and ring the bell, reflect, and let everything wash away. Oh, I might need a new bell because this one doesn't seem like it's. It's not really ringing that well. This. So, hi Hexen. Sorry, I was just getting into my space. So I'm going to be unboxing the Ostara tarot deck. And as you can see, I haven't opened it yet. And I have literally never seen this deck before in my life. And I also have a couple of books that I am going to be showing as well. Okay, there we go. But this is literally a tarot deck that I did that with. Okay, So this is what the inside of the box looks like. It's very gorgeous. Ooh, I see these cards and I already love them. Ooh, and here's the book. This is the main picture that is on the box, the artwork, which I love it. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, but it's very, very gorgeous. It's out there, and just flipping through this book and seeing some of, thank you, Haxton, and just seeing some of the artwork, it's gorgeous. So, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Look, the deck is edged with this really pretty silver metallic. And it has nice cardstock. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. But this is the artwork on the back. On it, Hexen, have you ever seen this deck before? So, and the cards are in no particular order. So, this is the Fool. Oh, I just love these cards. The Magician. Ooh. And here we have our lovely lady from the front of the box. She is the High Priestess. We have the Empress. Oh, and if you are attracted to males, you will love this card. I have to admit, this is one of the best Emperor cards I have seen in a deck of videos that I watched and decks that I own myself, because usually the Emperor is kind of an old Santa Claus-esque person. And here we have the Hierophant. We have the Lovers. Hexen, did you see the Emperor card? I know, isn't that amazing? Like, this one I can't get over. Sort of looks like Daryl almost from The Walking Dead. And again, the Lovers. And next we have the Chariot. I also love this card as well, because it's very different than most other decks that you see. And we have the Justice card, which I love this card. It is very, very Egyptian based. I don't know, the Justice in this deck, to me, it looks like I believe the Egyptian goddess is Mat. I think because if you see on the scale, it has the heart and the feather, which is very prevalent in the Egyptian belief in the afterlife, that to get to the afterlife, your heart is measured against the feather, and if your heart weighs less than the feather, then you will be granted access into the afterlife, and if it weighs more, then you will not be accepted into the afterlife, and you are doomed to suffer an eternity. And here we have the Hermit. So hard to see. I apologize, my laptop camera is not the best, but since YouTube changed the user interface where you can't go live on the mobile without having more than 1,000 subscribers, and I'm still only 1/10 there, this is the best I can do. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Which is pretty awesome. Looking at the card, if anybody has seen the movie Hercules, it reminds me of the Three Fates, where they cut the hair, and once they cut the hair, that's when your life ends. And here we have Strength. She is with a dragon holding a heart. She has the sun and the moon on her shoulders. And then here we have the Hangman, which is actually very stunning as well. On the tree, it looks like it's a stag, a snake, and I can't tell the third image on the disc, but there's a sleeping wolf, or 2 wolves, and some jack-o'-lanterns. Ooh, and then this card is really good as well. We have Death. And I apologize, I'm just taking an extra second to look at this card to get the imagery from it. So we have Temperance, which to me, with the artwork on this card, because the predators are at the bottom and the prey is at the top, it is the balance. Because she has an open box, and if you can see it, prey animals are at the top. There's some deer, a goat, a rabbit, and then at the bottom we have the predators. And then this card is really great as well. This is their version of Death, which sort of reminds me of the Balkan. And then we have the Tower. This is a very good depiction of this card. And here we have the Star. The Moon. The Sun card. And then we have Judgment, which looks like an archangel coming down and judging man, because it's a little hard to see, but these men, they have blood. It looks like maybe two people fighting or soldiers at war. And here we have the world. I think now we're getting into the minor. Hannah, just give me 1 second to consult the book because there aren't names. Okay, so now we're going into the wands. So there's definitely a lot of imagery in these cards because each one is completely different. So it's not a pip deck. I love it. See, and there's 4 wands, little bunny family. The 5 of wands. It appears to be a 2-headed snake with a head at each end. And then we have the 6 of wands, which is a girl dressed up like a fish, surrounded by some fishes. And then the 7 of wands, which you have various people on these platforms, which it seems like you have people at different levels that are either content at the levels or they don't realize that they can go up. And then you have the 8 of wands, which has this amazing hawk in it. And then we have the 9 of wands, which I'm not sure. It looks sort of maybe like a bobcat, but its eyes, it just feels like it pierces into your soul. Okay, and then we have the 10 of wands, which is a humpback whale with some arms going around it. And then we have the page of wands, which is a fox. And we have the knight of wands, which she seems to be with a wolf. I'm not really sure. A lot of the art on this, some of it is very realistic and some of it is abstract. Kind of goes back and forth. So we have the queen. And then we have the king of wands, which is a stag. And then the next suit is coins. So this is the ace, or in this case, the 1 of coins. The little mouse. And then we have the 2 of coins, which seems to be a jester balancing 2 different coins, which could mean people balancing their lives. And then we have the 3 of coins, which appears to be a girl in a church, maybe? It looks like the old Gothic style cathedrals. And again, very beautiful imagery on these cards. And then we have the 4 of coins, which is a hare on a Viking boat. And then the 5 of coins, which appears to be in a church with a woman with a snake around her, which could symbolize the whole Adam and Eve. And then we have the 6 of coins, which is a mermaid holding a scale surrounded by 2 fish. Could be a decision-based card, but I need to look at the book. And then we have the 7 of coins, which is a family of raccoons. The 8 of coins, which is an owl forging the coin. The 9 of coins, a woman guarded by a cougar. Then we have the 10 of coins, which are some half octopus kids hugging a large octopus. And we have Page of Coins, which is a young woman who looks to be making her way through a large group of foxes. And then we have the Knight of Coins. And a bear. And then the Queen, who is surrounded by the sheep and hugging her child. And there's some herbs hanging up. Okay, and this card is pretty amazing too. This is the King of Coins, which could also double as a Horned God card. Okay, and now we are getting into cups or chalices, depending on which deck you use. So we have the 1 or Ace of Cups, the 2 of Cups, which is 2 birds, the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, Cups, the Nine of Cups, and here we have the 10, which this is a very lovely card as well. Two blindfolded lovers. And then we have the Page, who is doing a Shadow Fox presentation for the foxes. And then we have the Knight of Cups, the Queen, and the King of Cups, which is a very great card as well. Okay, and then the last suit that we are going to get into is Swords. Okay, we have the One or Ace of Swords, which this is a very telling image. The Two of Swords, which is a blue jay that is blindfolded. The Three of Swords. The Four of Swords. Five of Swords. The Six of Swords. I really need to get a ring light because this would make it so much easier. The Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Nine. Ten, which is a little hard to see. And here we have the Page. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. So that is it for Ostara Tarot. I got this at Books A Million the other day when I got off work because I had some money and I haven't spoiled myself in a while. So I said I want a new tarot deck. I was either going to get this or the Santa Muerte Book of the Dead tarot deck, which I am probably going to get this weekend because I get my first paycheck from my new job tomorrow. Yay, money! But I might run out to Dollar Tree in a little bit and do a pre-recorded video. But I just want to show you guys some of the books that I got for a really great price at Books A Million. So I got this book, which is A Brief Guide to the Greek Myths by Stephen P. Kershaw. And it talks about the myths and legends. It's about 500 pages long. I'm not going to sit down and look at this all in one day, but really great read. And if I need to look something up, I can. It actually has an index that tells you certain things. The next book I got, I've actually been looking at this for a while. It is, hold on, let me see if I can. There we go. The Magical Unicorn Society Official Handbook. I have been looking forever for a book or a guide about unicorns and working with unicorns and unicorn magic. And the only thing, even I came up with a little small paragraph about that big online about unicorn magic, which really wasn't that long. And this, it's not, I mean, obviously unicorns, it's depending on your beliefs, fantasy. But this isn't something that is really out of somebody's head that deviates away from the lore and the myth of unicorns. So I think it has some decent things in it. I can use it if I want to. And then I believe that was $12.99. So this was $12.99. And the Greek book I got on clearance for $5.97. And the last book I got is Your Personal Guide to Astrology. They had other ones there. They had one on palmistry, essential oils, and aromatherapy, and tarot, and a few other ones. But the only other book I might get is palmistry because I don't have anything on that. I just didn't want to spend too much at the bookstore. And they had this book and another book that I was torn between. The other book was slightly larger. It was about $6 more. But when I looked through it, this book has 159 pages. And it has more information, and the other book only had maybe about 90 pages. So this talks about the elements and astrological signs. And it basically goes into depth and it talks about sun signs, moon signs, your rising sign, and all that other stuff. So a quick read, 150 pages. And the one thing I like about this series of books is in the back, there's a fold out. Each book has one that comes with something that you can put up on your wall. And this is a chart that has the sun signs, it tells you the astrological sign, the gender, and the elements, the quality, and it has, again, the signs, the house, and the connection. And it talks about what the different qualities mean. But basically, if you get your information for stuff, you can use this to make your own star chart or understand it a little better. But I think they have one on herbs, chakras. in different things. Okay, so there was two things that I wanted to talk about, especially if people rewatch this. A lot of YouTubers who were reading books as part of their daily channel, or just reading from books, they are now stopping because apparently it is a copyright infringement to read from a book on YouTube. Which most of us, for smaller channels, we're not monetized. We don't do this to be monetized. We just do it to spread information and help each other and newcomers to maybe learn something, for experienced people to learn something that they didn't know, or to be a good resource to people who are just starting out. And one thing I was going to suggest is, hi Ozzy. A lot of us are in, if you're a follower of mine and you are not a subscriber or a member of the group on Facebook, go follow Willow and the Thrifty Witch. And you can join the Facebook group, the Squirrel Coven. Sorry. That's some of my speaking dyslexia coming out. And oh, sorry, hi Shauna. I'm not used to everybody's Facebook or YouTube names. One thing we can do is we could start. Hi. Maybe we can start like a witchy book club if people wanted to do it, where once a month a book can be picked out. And you don't have to go to a bookstore and buy it. Sometimes you can order books for cheap from thrift books, find it used in stores, or find it on Google Play. But maybe we can do a witchy book club where you don't have to read the book to be in the group. And maybe one person a week can do a video on their thoughts on a certain part of the book. And we can just do a live chat and talk about the book. And we can let maybe people who didn't read it or are looking for book resources know that, this is a good book, or stay away from it because there are so many different books out there. And tonight, I am going to be going to Dollar Tree in a little bit. I'm going to be going live again, maybe around 6:30, to do some more free tarot readings. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the bell button. I'll also post in the group when I'm going live again. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. Maybe it's your internet. My internet is really good, so I apologize for that. So when I go to Dollar Tree, what I'm going to be doing is, yeah, Debbie, maybe it's your internet. I'm sorry. Maybe if you're having issues with your internet, you can go back and rewatch the parts that you missed. So my goal for Dollar Tree is, I see all the time people post saying that they want to get started in the craft, but they don't have any money, and they think that they have to go to witchy shops, which I've done tip videos before. But there are certain things that you do need, which if you don't have them, you just have a couple of dollars, you can go out and do it. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make a pre-recorded video of it when I get home, is how I can start my craft with $5 to $10 at the Dollar Tree. And that is going to be the basis of my video. And so I'm going to see what I can do with that. And another thing I want to do, I might post it on my TikTok. I do have a TikTok where I do have some witchy videos. The name of my TikTok is the same as my username. It is Cascade Moon. So if you have the app, you can go on there and look. I'm not going to be replacing doing YouTube with TikTok. TikTok is just, if I don't have energy to do a long-winded YouTube video, I can just do something short and simple in a 60-second video. But if you came on late and you didn't get to see my whole unboxing of the tarot deck, you can go back and rewatch it. I will let you know, as far as the cards, all of them are beautiful. My personal favorites are the major arcana. So that is probably from about 3 minutes in to maybe 20 minutes. Because nobody really got on. Okay, yeah, sometimes you have to get out and then come back in. So if you need to rewatch anything, because nobody really came on for about the first 2.5 minutes, and I just started doing my clearing and my meditation and lighted my incense. So if you watch from about 3 minutes to 20 is probably, or maybe 25 is the major arcana. Because I think I stopped with the cards maybe around 32 minutes, 32 to 35. Marcy, TikTok, it used to be Musically, but it is changed, it has since changed to TikTok. It is TIK as in Kilo, TOC. It's just basically an app where you can lip sync to songs or sounds, and then you post it for people to see. But you don't have to do lip syncing. You can actually talk. There's a lot of people on there, witches who get on TikTok. I kind of have it as a secondary social media platform for my practice. So, but yes, Debbie, TikTok is fun. I haven't posted anything on there. I might post something because I might get more hits there, because it's easier to reach a wider base on TikTok than it is on YouTube, because really to get a lot of viewers on YouTube, you either have to appear first in a search bar, or you have to really push your channel. Because on TikTok, you can just randomly show up in people's page in their news feed. Because I really want to do a $20 altar challenge. And what that would be is, imagine you are a brand new witch, or you would be putting together an altar for somebody who is new, and you can only spend a maximum of $20, and just having people post videos of that and just seeing what they can come up with, because I think that would be really neat, like just putting yourself outside of your comfort zone. And then what you can do with the altar when you're done is up to you, or what I would really like people to do with those $20 altars when they're done is to give them to a newish who might need it, to pay it forward. But anyways, this is the end of the stream. Again, if you only want to see the major arcana, skip forward to about 3 minutes, and it ends probably between 20 and 25 minutes. All right, I love you guys. I will be back on between 6 and 6:30. I will post in the Facebook group.